Video, it's in addition to the videos that I've assigned through Khan Academy with synthesis and decomposition. So this all has to do with types of chemical reactions. So up to this point, you've done balancing equations, right? You should know what a reaction is. So on one side, there's reactants, then there's usually an arrow, and then there's products. And so we're learning how to write reactions, right? You guys talk about making potions. So this is what we're doing to be able to get to the point where we can actually do labs and write our reactions. So these are the 5 types of reactions that I'm going to go over. And even if you can't see this, I'm going to upload the notes afterwards. So if you just want to listen, if you want to take notes while you listen, this is just to give you an opportunity to learn in the way that you learn best. Okay, so 5 types, I've already written them. So we're just going to go in order. So this shouldn't take too long at all. Synthesis is the first one. So synthesis is when 2 or more substances combine. So the key word there is combine to form a new product. So what does this look like? I'm just going to use letters as an example. So let's say we have element A and X. So you have 2 separate elements and they combine. So this arrow shows that a reaction is happening and it forms one new product. That's synthesis. Okay, we're going to get to the point eventually where you just looking at the beginning, you can predict what the product will be. We're not there yet, so it's okay. Don't worry about it yet. We just want to first be able to identify based off what we see. So if you see 2 individual elements and then combining to form one new product, that's a synthesis reaction. Okay? Decomposition. So decomposition, what do you think of? Decomposing, something breaking down. That's exactly what this is. So you have a single compound. Think of it as the opposite of synthesis. So now you're starting with, let's say AX. So you start with the single compound and you're breaking them apart. So then you end up with 2 or more simpler, so something that's more simple, substances. So that's A and X separate, okay? That's decomposition. Now, decomposition, there's tricks to it when you get different types of elements. So I'm going to make a special video for decomposition. But as of now, we're just introducing the 5 reactions. Okay, so single replacement is one element replaces another element that's similar to it from the other compound. Let me write down what that looks like. So let's say you have A plus BX. So each letter is an element. Well, we're going to say A and B will swap. So AX plus B. Okay? Or if you have Y plus BX, then you'll say you get BY plus X. So think of this as someone stealing your boyfriend or your girlfriend, okay? So one person replaces the other in the relationship, which is terrible. It's Mr. Stereo Girl. Right there, okay? All right, so this is one swaps the other. Usually it's a metal replacing another metal, right? They have to be similar, okay? And so usually you'll see them in the same column if on the periodic table, if they're gonna replace each other. Double replacement is the ions of 2 compounds exchange. So single replacement is just one exchange. Double replacement are 2 are swapping. So what does that look like? If I have AX plus BX, then I end up with, let's say this is Y. AX plus BY, I end up with AY plus BX. Whoops. Okay, so that's like wife swap. They're both swapping their partners, okay? Double replacement. 2. So if you start with 2 compounds, you're gonna swap them. That's double replacement. If you're starting with one single element and then a compound, that's going to be single replacement. Decomposition, you're starting with just one compound, and then synthesis, you're starting with two simple elements and you're forming a compound. Combustion, honestly, is my favorite. It's the easiest to identify because combustion just means it's reacting with oxygen. So you're going to have some, let's say CXH, Y, O, Z, whatever. Some combination of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. And it's going to react with O2. That's oxygen. It's going to react. You'll always see, this is how you identify oxygen. That's how you identify whether it's combustion or not. Okay? So O2, arrow, and the product is always the same. So it's always carbon dioxide and water. And you balance it somehow. Okay? Those are the 5 types of reactions. So once again, synthesis, you start with 2 simple substances and then you form a compound. Decomposition, you're breaking it down. So you start with a bigger, more complex compound and you break it down to 2 simple substances. Single replacement, right? You're replacing just one of the elements. Double replacement, they're 2 compounds, so they're swap. That's the wife swap. And combustion is oxygen, okay? It's reacting with oxygen and it releases carbon dioxide and water. That's it. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's all I want. Let's see how that turns.